Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Seahawks 0.
Touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
32-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at about the 32. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. First carry for Raheem Mostert. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again, Wilson. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd and goal, Wilson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great...
It got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, well, they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Seahawks 3.
A quick throw outside by Locke. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Flush to his right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
It's a turnover on down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Throwing on second down. Wilson. Smith catches left side. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
First down, Seattle.
Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. There'll be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Play action. Now Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. A first down run there by Mostert as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
He was taken down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. From the gun, Wilson. That's going to be caught. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They fake the handoff, now Locke. Caught left side, Williams. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
45-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
A 53-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
I see you over there. You scared?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 16. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. From the gun, it's Locke. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. That'll bring up fourth down after back-to-back-to-back 3-yard pickups. Locke's going to sneak it. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. Now this time he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be fourth down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will knot us up at 10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through.
Poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Yeah, they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on first and 10. One quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun, a run with Mostert. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His 2nd catch in this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
This is Mostert. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Seahawks.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Lock now on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
At the 26-yard line.
To throw is Locke. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Back to throw. Locke. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
Stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's Mostert. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Well, Raheem Mostert, we know the story from special teamer to postseason hero. All he needs is a little bit of space, CD, and he can do the rest.
And how about the situation that we're in right now? Because this is the 4th quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, One win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.